Today I'm going to be going over Photoshop simulation of HDR photos. HDR photos are high dynamic range images that basically take regular images and makes the color stand out a lot more. Today I'm going to be covering a simple, very quick method to be able to simulate this on a regular photo, and then later on I'll go over more complicated methods to be able to make it look a little bit better, make it stand out a lot more than it would. But this is a quick way to do it. So I've got a regular photo here I just took outside. And I took this picture when the sun was, it was about 5 o'clock, so the sun was hitting all the trees and fairly bright, but we can actually change a lot of these tones and bring out some of the brightness. If you were looking at this picture with the HDR change already to it, you wouldn't really notice that big of a difference, but when I click in and out, show you the differences between the original and the changes, you'll see how this area right here is a lot brighter. These trees, the light will be shifted a little bit on them, and I'll give it an overall more high definition look. So what we've got is we've got our first layer here. We remember our hotkey, Control J, that'll duplicate the layer. Then we want to go to our image, go to adjustments, hit black and white. Just stick with these defaults, hit OK. So this top layer is black and white. We'll go back to image, go down to adjustments, and go down to invert. This is going to make the picture look like a photo negative. Now that we've got this inverted, we want to go up to the layer bar here, and instead of having normal, you want to have it say overlay right here. Now you'll notice that the picture looks like it's slightly got a painted look. Everything's blended together, the colors don't stand out that much. So already it's got a different look to it, but what we can do is go to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur. And this is going to isolate that image, and right now you can play around with how bright you want it to be. The highest level radius isn't necessarily going to be the brightest. I find that when you bring it in the middle, you're going to see a lot of the colors stand out just as well. The more dramatic you want it to be, the higher radius you're going to have. So let's bring it all the way to the top and hit OK. So right here, the light it's a lot brighter. Down here it's a lot brighter, but you won't notice it right away. Let's take a look at the difference. So this is the changed picture, and then we're going to go back to our original. Picture over here is a lot brighter. The light is standing a lot more. The green color is standing a lot more. If we want to go back with Control Shift Z, Control Alt Z, take a look at some of the other options for using the blur. Let's drop this down to the middle here. Well, that's definitely making that green stand out more. So let's see the difference that we've got there. Now this is a good example of what this procedure is going to do. We've got a lot of glare up on the top here, and it's kind of dark down here, but when we do the edit, this green, take a look at this tree right here. It's almost like the brightness from up here shifts down here, and it just makes the color stand out across the entire picture. This area right here stands out a lot more. You'll see the brightness from the top shift to the middle almost. So that's a quick example of how to do this. Like I said, on my next videos, over the tutorials, I'm going to go over some of the more complicated procedures to be able to make this HDR simulation stand out a lot more.